All right. Good morning. Good morning. It is Joachim here back with another video. It is currently May 21st, 12:06 a.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment below. You can also see my Discord link, Instagram links, Twitter links, all that kind of stuff to be engaged with all the services that are free, by the way, and talk about more about the results and other insights from other people around the Discord and around the community around me. So going into the May 20 recap, we went 2-2 today. We chose the under 215.5 and also the 216 under for the Spurs and OKC game. Complete wash. It went above 230. So with the final score being 122 to 113 as OKC ties it up. But we did get the two-player props hit. We did get Dylan Harper to go over 11.5 points. And we did see Chet Holmgren go under 13. He had his last attempt was a free throw and he went 1 for 2. So he had 13 points. So we just hit just right there. So got lucky there, 2-2. You're gonna have winning day, losing day, sometimes even days. You got even day. We're not gonna complain about that. As far as record, we are 35-13, making us a 73% as far as the winning rate since start of this channel. So again, all my picks are free. I don't charge. All I want is to make sure that we have a good community here, a proactive community. So make sure, again, like, subscribe, and comment. In YouTube videos, of course, I have my X and Instagram and many more socials, like I said, in the comment section that I'll pin later in the video. As far as the results for the game, like I said, OKC does top the series here as they win by 9 points. So they also covered what the market had at 6.5, and then went over the two set. It was a 220, 217 around there. So they hit that. They hit way above that in the 230s. So great game. OKC was playing desperate. They had to win this game. They're playing at home. They know that if they lost this game, going back to San Antonio would be pretty a poop hole. So we talked about the Spurs having a lot of loopholes and flaws in the Wolves series. Understandably, the Suns Lakers aren't as good as the Wolves and the who else they play and the Lakers. But with the younger squad in that team, you do see some flaws. Stephon Castle definitely making some unforced errors. He had 9 turnovers throughout the game. And despite that, they kept it close. They cut the lead. They tied it numerous times in the fourth, kept it within 3 to 5 points. But ultimately, you can only do so much. It was a very fast-paced game. I was very surprised the refs were letting him play. But again, very fast-paced game going back and forth, back and forth. And I think, as much as it was fun watching this game, as far as the Spurs, you kind of have to slow this game down, especially when you're on the road here. Got to control your unforced errors. Got to control your turnovers. And despite that, they still kept the game close. But with that being said, you do have Dylan Harper who came out of the game in around the third or fourth quarter, complaining of a leg injury, and then De'Aaron Fox was still questionable as he had to even entertain a Western Conference game. So that is a huge question mark into San Antonio. Again, the good thing is you're going back home at the crib where you do go crazy, and they have all the color coordination, all that kind of stuff. But you do miss a couple pieces from the backcourt if they're not ready for Game 3. But another good game to watch as a fan. Went 2-2. Player props are hitting. We're on a roll with player props. Dylan Duran, RIP, he's out. But of course, that we hit those, so we're gonna miss him. But I think we found a new player, which we'll talk about in the next video for Game 3. As far as the 21st game, we have for May 21st, we have the Knicks going up against the Cavs for Game 2. Knicks are laying 6.5 points, while the Cavs are at plus 180 with a over/under of 215.5. We did see Game 1. The Knicks were down as much as 22 points with around 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and then just a miraculous comeback with Kenny Atkinson not calling a single timeout till they were down up by 5 points. And then you also have Jalen Brunson doing what he does. Cal Bridges showing some clutch 3-pointer. Landry Shamet, who was just in the G League 2 years ago, showing up and performing very well. So major props to the Knicks. You've seen this team. They've blown out teams. They've kept games close. They clutched up many games with this 10-year squad and with this veteran squad. You expect this team to go to the finals, and I do believe that. But this game's a little shaky. And as a Knicks fan, when you hear the word Game 2, you're not a big fan of it. You've seen the bad results of this last year. Game 2, we lost that game against the Pacers. We did see the Hawks come back at home in round 1 and beat us. You saw the Sixers game in Game 2 was pretty close. So looking at these factors, how the Knicks play these games too. Um, I'm gonna go on the under, but I did the alternate line. I'm not a big fan of the alternate lines. I know I like to keep the price within that 110 range, but because I'm a Knicks fan and this is for entertainment, I did bet this game. I bet the Knicks minus 3.5, a little bit pricey here, and then the over under, which is at 217.5. When you see these two games, I mean, like you saw again a low scoring game in round one and with in game two versus Knicks and Hawks this year. Game two in the Sixers, you saw a close game, a 6 point game, 108 to 102. So, again, both under 215, 217. So, my strong play would be the 217.5 for you guys. And then because I'm a Knicks fan, I'm going to have to bet the Knicks, right? So, I put it a little bit down just because of the game two curse for me. I put it at minus 3.5. Again, I wouldn't, fetch a price, but if you're a fan, you got to fetch for something, right? So, those are my plays for the day. I did look at the player props. I was thinking about Landry Shamet. If it was at 4.5 earlier, it's up to 5.5. So I'm a little iffy about that. So just something for you guys to look over and think if you want to do that. I didn't bet it. I just bet two plays for later today, 8 p.m. on ESPN. The Knicks minus 3.5 and the under 217.5. As far as that, nothing else. Again, another great game in the Western Conference Final as OKC takes down San Antonio to even up the series. And then it'll be hopefully another exciting game for later tonight on ESPN in New York for game two. Make sure you guys follow my socials at Joachim Radio. Again, all my social services are down in the comment section. I will pin it for you guys. Again, like with Discord, you get to see a bunch of other people also in the Discord has opinions and like more bets as far as not only basketball, but MLB, sometimes UFC. We see some WNBA. So make sure you guys are joining those as well. And as far as like Twitter, you get my personal opinions about the league and about other stuff going on around the sports world. And then Instagram, of course, is usually where I have all my posts and stuff like that, and most of my connectivity out there. So again, make sure you guys follow those socials, stay interactive, stay engaged, and make sure you guys like and subscribe to this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.